Welcome to Guri Psychology. Psychological trick, hindsight bias. Hindsight bias is a cognitive bias that refers to the tendency to believe, after an event has occurred, that one would have predicted or expected the outcome beforehand. It is also known as the "I knew it all along" phenomenon. Hindsight bias can occur because our brains tend to selectively remember events that support our current knowledge and beliefs, while forgetting or downplaying information that contradicts them. When we look back on an event, we tend to overestimate our ability to predict the outcome based on our current knowledge, which can lead to an inaccurate sense of confidence in our decision-making abilities. Let's understand this in different scenarios. Stock market. For example, imagine that a company's stock price has just plummeted. After the fact, an investor might say, "I knew it was a bad investment all along," even if they didn't actually predict the drop before it happened. This is an example of hindsight bias because the investor is overestimating their ability to predict the outcome based on their current knowledge, rather than taking into account the uncertainty and unpredictability of the stock market. Sports event. After a sports game, a fan might say, "I knew they were going to win," even if they didn't predict the outcome before the game. Natural disaster. After a natural disaster, people might say, "We should have known this was going to happen," even if there were no clear warning signs. There will be multiple videos circulating on the internet that this old man, women predict that many years ago. Election. After a political election, people might say, "I knew that candidate was going to win," even if they didn't predict the outcome before the election. You are watching Guri Psychology channel.
In all of these examples, the hindsight bias occurs when people overestimate their ability to predict an outcome after it has already occurred. They may selectively remember information that supports their belief that they knew the outcome all along, while ignoring information that contradicts that belief. This can lead to an inaccurate sense of confidence in their ability to predict future events. One way to guard against hindsight bias is to keep a record of your predictions or expectations before an event occurs. This can help you evaluate whether your beliefs were accurate and prevent you from selectively remembering information that supports your belief that you knew the outcome all along. Unfortunately, some people may use hindsight bias to manipulate others or to make themselves look better in retrospect. Here are some ways that others might use hindsight bias. To claim credit. Someone might claim that they knew something was going to happen all along in order to take credit for the outcome, even if they didn't actually predict it. To shift blame. Someone might use hindsight bias to shift blame onto others by claiming that they should have known something was going to happen, even if there were no clear warning signs at the time. To justify decisions. Someone might use hindsight bias to justify a decision that turned out to be a bad one by claiming that they made the best decision based on the information that was available at the time. To sell a product or service. Marketers might use hindsight bias to convince people that they could have made a lot of money or avoided a bad situation if they had used their product or service, even if there is no clear evidence to support that claim. Comment if you have seen such tricks implemented anywhere. Like if someone used this on you ever. Thanks for watching. A psychological trick a day can make you way smarter in a month. Subscribe to our channel. Like, share, comment. Guri Psychology.